Top one ladies, my name is Chez, and welcome to the What If Female Deku was Overhaul's girlfriend? Part 1. So, I don't know if I just say part 1 because it's just, that helps me in the long run. So, in this What If, sorry, give me a moment. Yeah. So, basically, I'm turning Overhaul from the bad guy, like, Hank. Oh, I'm gonna destroy, like, the everybody. Like, from being a turkey to being a most lovable hero thing. So, yeah. And Zuko's, or female Zuko's name is Zumi, so, yeah. So, yeah. Sorry. So, yeah. So, Zumi and Overhaul, or actually, Overhaul was from a rich family, like super rich, and they have like a company that's not a villain's company thing that supports them. But yeah, and he doesn't like hurt Aries. So in this What If, so Aries, you're good. So at the age of 3, she met Overhaul. When they both locked eyes on each other's, they knew that they're in love with each other's. Overhaul wanted to cement it, as they've been hanging around. And Zumi, he has a quirk called Self-Reborn. Like, it's suitable because Overhaul has that, like, little quirk thing that every time he uses it, it destroys, like, a person. Well, and rebuilds it into a different. Well, it's suitable because a couple times he might end up killing her, but he loves her when way that she is. As one day when Overhaul and her were walking home, Overhaul stops. Or actually, Zumi stops as Overhaul says, "What's wrong?" Well, I want to tell you something. Or ask you who do you like me? As she points to herself. As Overhaul looks at her. Let me say at age of, yeah. So Overhaul says to her, it says, yes, because you're the only one that understands. me more than anyone. Okay? As she confessed her feelings for him, he and her got to getting dating thing, as they've been dating all the way from age of 3 to age of 15. As Zumi, he always ends up with that. She always can't stop thinking about him. Yeah, the one that could destroy something, putting the 5 fingers, and she ends up turning. Yeah. Well, yeah. Then she had dreams of her getting, like, in a wedding dress, and 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 getting married to him. Yeah. So, yeah. So she ends up, or Overhaul tells her, "Are you going to join UA? Because you and I have the same home." As, yeah. She says, yeah. I'm prepared to die. I'm joking. So, yeah, so she and him goes to UA. Got accepted to UA. And I'm skipping the quirk test things. And, yeah. When Momo saw Overhaul, she wanted to... It's like how in the couple videos back that I did, of her being a villain, like, she wanted Todoroki for herself, and by making Todoroki do, like, or manipulated Todoroki to get rid of Zuku, or Zumi, but all the villains really loved her and respected the Zumis so much. Yeah. So, Overhaul was basically... Overhaul was basically a... Sorry if you hear the chainsaw thing. So, yeah. So she basically, or Overhaul and her, were still dating. And a couple times he flirts with her. And how Zumi reacts when... Yeah. So then, now the dodgeball thing, or not dodgeball, ball throw. Zuko, who got the same score in as the cannon, or Zumi got that. Yeah. So then the Overhaul did the same thing, but instead of using one finger, he used, like, he used 3 fingers to throw the ball. As, yeah. So, Momo, So, in her head, she says, well, if this pretty boy him likes Zumi so much, she should have died, or she should have just get killed by someone other than me. That's what Momo was saying in her head. Yeah. So then, yeah, because Zumi, he loved him. Plus, yeah, Overhaul loves her too. Her, or his entire family loved Zumi. And it was a good choice for Overhaul and her to date each other's. And, funny enough, she wears adorable little versions. Like, every time she wears, like, her school uniform thing. Like that. Overhaul usually blushes, but he still calls her princess, as no matter what. So, yeah, I'm putting both of them in Class A. So, yeah. Then, between him and him, were like nosebleed how adorable Zumi is. But they know that the Overhaul is the, yeah. The one that you see before you is his superhero costume. Yeah. But instead of having purple and green, he has red and blue, and white gloves. So, yeah. So yeah. Sorry about that. I literally was trying to put my precious puppy out to take a puppy nap. So, yeah. So, the Zumi and Zumi and Overhaul or everyone knows that no one will mess with Zumi when Overhaul's around. But Momo did not care because she wants Zumi to die so that the Overhaul, or so that so Momo and Overhaul does their thing. But Overhaul loved, very deep love for Zumi because, one, he never seen a girl with powers of reborn, or like self-revived. Because usually every time he does it to people, usually it's like reforms, or completely dead. A couple times he accidentally did that once, and when they were in third grade, or yeah, and or fourth grade, as he comes back, or as she comes back to life. Like, but she still looks beautiful as ever, as Overhaul tells her, or tells him. So yeah. So Zuko and, so Zumi was so beautiful that couple times Overhaul tries to look away from her, because as he, yeah, during, like, after the ball throw thing, Overhaul asked, or no, told Zumi how he feels about her, of every time that you always look so beautiful when you're not meant to be. As her eyes, as she does these cute little poses things, yeah, she ends up saying, as she was so embarrassed too, as Overhaul actually, he was away from the school property thing, so he ends up kissing her on the lips thing. As, yeah, as their, or Zumi's mother, Inko, was like, he knows Overhaul's family, because but because Zumi worked with, or no, not Zumi, Inko knows the family way too well. And yeah, Overhaul, or Inko tells Zumi that you're okay to date and get married to Overhaul. It's perfectly fine, because I already know the family. Okay? As, yeah. So then, after all that stuff happened, she couldn't stop thinking about the kiss that Overhaul did to her. And, yeah. And, yeah. The Momo, who, on the other hand, saw what the Overhaul did to Zumi. Like, Momo really wanted that kiss for herself, so that but Zumi was in the way. Yeah. As a couple times Overhaul's family doesn't like give him credit about it, but they told him that she has the beauty, you have the brains, and the strength. As, yeah, hold on, give me a, as Overhaul's like, really? Okay. And this is what he looks like, thing. And I can't find a, like, good or good, like, without a mask thing. So yeah. So he ends up like he's so surprised when they heard or when he heard that she has the beauty and he has like the brains and strength one and the overpowered quirk. Huh. And but on the yeah, it's like a three-way thing. So and Momo does not know that Zuku or Zumi has a reborn quirk, so or self-revive quirk. So she ends up trying to like get rid of her. Yeah. So but then so the villains so I'm skipping the here's versus villains thing. You know what they did? Or so Overhaul was paired with Zumi. Zumi and Overhaul wants to like be that kind of people against Momo and Bakugo because Bakugo doesn't like Overhaul, but Bakugo really loves Zumi. It's like the opposite of Momo. She doesn't like Zumi, but she loves Overhaul. Yeah. It's like the. Yeah. So she basically. So both people that are playing as the villains are is Momo and Bakugo, and for the heroes is Overhaul and Zumi. As yeah, as or as yeah, Zumi could tell that the so she yeah tells Overhaul that I think the classmate Momo really doesn't like me with being with you. Don't take this the other way. It's just the okay. As Overhaul looks at her as when she told him that she's trying to get to you. If what would you would have done if Momo decides to end up killing or trying to kill me to get to you? As Overhaul believes that Momo wouldn't be able to kill her unless she removes the quirk from her body, from Zumi's body. So, yeah. As yeah, Bakugo Hill or Overhaul literally could sense, like let's say he uses a sense power, as he or Overhaul's like knows like spirit told Overhaul that the that he or that Bakugo doesn't like him, but he loves Zumi, so he has to die. Yeah. As Overhaul tells Zumi that, as yeah. So then they ended up battling each other's as Momo pulls out the knife and cuts Zumi's his head, and as they stop the match because as they thought, as Overhaul or as grabs Zumi's head, puts it right back onto her body thing, as the blood went back into her, as she clings her neck. Okay? Yeah. So so Overhaul told All Might that what happened. As All Might says, okay, so there's two people that really like, or actually both of them really like both of you, but on one hand, but on the other, they wanted both of you dead to get the others, right? Yes, the Momo wanted Zumi dead and to get to me, yeah, because Zumi, my beloved Zumi, he is a wall home between Momo and me. Eh? But Bakugo, no, on the other hand, sees me as a wall between him and my precious Zumi. Because it's love/hate thing. As All Might tells Overhaul that no need to worry about them. Or you both are safe, so yeah. As he tells All Might that Zumi or Overhaul's Zumi has you guys, of course he says that Zumi has a reborn quirk, like brings herself back from the death. Okay? So yeah, basically when the Class B and Class A, or when Class B heard that the Class A students were, they almost ended up killing each other. And let's say Overhaul was like visiting, as let's say Zumi had gained two new friends. One is her, and the other was the Ochako. as the orange-haired girl with big hands asks what happened back there. As I heard that someone tried to kill you during Heroes vs. Villains test. As, well, it was the two people who tried to get. First was Momo Irozu, was trying to kill me to get to Overhaul, but Bakugo, who wanted Overhaul dead, to get to me. And so, yeah, as she puts her hand on Zumi's shoulder, as she says, no matter what, and we'll be there to make sure she doesn't never do that to you. Yeah. As Ochako says, yeah, we are all friends. We watch out for each other. Okay? Yeah. As then, yeah. So the very next day, or let's say there's a USJ going on, as he ends up becoming, he ends up becoming a, or not, no, so yeah, they rode together as Overhaul is sitting with Zumi, and Bakugo and, let's say Bakugo and Momo were sitting together, but they really don't like Overhaul and sitting next to Zumi, like, yeah. So they're or everybody's trying to keep them, make sure that they're not like, gonna kill you, and like all that stuff. So, yeah. And I forgot to mention, Zumi's power, or like, her quirk is self-revival. Like, she could come back. Huh? But her power, like her actual power, is infinity and zero. So basically, she's immortal no matter what. As, yeah. Overhaul did not know that she has that much power. But he tells himself, or actually, we know that, but he doesn't know that. But he told her, no matter how many people that they try to split us apart. Yeah. Then at USJ, it was like similar to canon, but Overhaul's there as the Nomu is about to kill Zumi. Let's say Zumi or Nomu went right to Zumi first to end up like, but instead of like beating her around like a little ragdoll, like what he did with Overhaul in canon, he just holds her into his like arms, like hold her by her throat thing. As yeah, Overhaul is ready to, yeah. So he decides this pathetic creature needs to die. As he does that explosion thing. Where's that? I just had the image. As he does that to the Nomu. The like kaboom. Yeah. As the Nomu died. That fateful day. I'm moving so fast that even... Okay. So, yeah. Basically, as Zumi is trying to take a breather. But they announced to them, the Nomu, it was where everyone was so busy, they didn't even pay attention to what the Nomu did. The Nomu, instead of putting, like, it was not strangling her, it decided to stick its tongue into Zumi's mouth. It's basically like a kissing her around. Yeah. As she's coughing as yeah, she was too embarrassed of what just happened. As yeah, the it was like basically they had, or between her and the Nomu was like making out thing. As yeah, but she didn't want to tell Overhaul, but then tell it after, as he, so he tells, or no, she tells him after, and as yeah, of what happened. And that Nomu, so she, or so he, instead of like ends up killing her, like, I'll rip you to shreds thing, he knows that the Nomu who was trying to be more mate thing. So Overhaul was walking with her, and he tells her that I know it just happened, but the Nomu did that, but as he literally tells her that, thank you for telling me that the Nomu tried to dig its tongue into your mouth thing. Okay? Yeah. So then, yeah. Because her power of infinity and zero. Makes her immortal, of course. But she's also attracting, like, any creature that, instead of, like, the, like, killing kind, like, kills her, they ended up kissing her or touching her in wackiest places. Yeah. So, yeah. But soon it will be she'll be the wife to Overhaul. Yeah. So I'm skipping the sports festival and the internship thing. So please wait for part 2.